So KVL is Kirchhoff's voltage law, and that is an explanation of when you have a circuit with a battery. Let's say you have some resistors, and then it connects back to the battery. The voltage gain across the battery is equal to the voltage drop across the corresponding elements in the circuit. So let's say you have 5 volts here. Let's say you have a 100 ohm resistor here and an equally 100 ohm resistor down here. So what Kirchhoff's voltage law says is that you'll start at 0 volts, or your ground. As you go through the battery, you'll gain 5 volts. As the signal continues to travel across equal resistors, you're going to have a 2.5 volt drop and a 2.5 volt drop here, bringing you down. So 5 volts minus 2.5 minus 2.5 brings you back down to 0 volts. So KCL is Kirchhoff's current law, and that says if you have a circuit with some nodes, so nodes are just where all the elements connect in a circuit, all the current flowing into the node is equal to the currents flowing out. So have some current flowing here, let's call that I1, some current flowing down the first branch of your circuit, let's call that I2, and some current flowing through your third branch, which is I3. So again, let's say we have 5 volts here. Let's say we have 100 ohms here and 100 ohms here. So first we have to calculate what the equivalent resistance is. And as you learned with parallel resistors, your equivalent resistance is going to be equal to 1 over the first resistor plus 1 over the second resistor. So that's 2 over 100, which is 1 over 50. So you get R equivalent is equal to 50 ohms. So now we can redraw the circuit. This 5 volts using R equivalent. And what we're doing here is we want to find out what I1 is. We've calculated that R equivalent is equal to 50 ohms. And then we know using Ohm's law that V equals IR. So we have 5 is equal to I times your resistance, which is 50. So we get I is equal to 0.1 amps. All right, so we've solved that I1 going in is 0.1 amps. And we know because these resistors are equal, we're going to have equal amounts of current flowing through them. So we have I3 is 0.05 amps, and I2 is 0.05 amps. So the same case happens to this node. You have 0.05 amps flowing in, 0.05 amps flowing in. Those sum back to your original 0.1 amps. So that's KVL and KCL.